how do we stay more relevant? How do we attract in that younger generation? How do we present our products in a way that is going to be more scalable and have more reach? Hey, everyone. Becky Lander here. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm so happy you are back here with us. If you're watching on video over on YouTube, welcome back. I love having the camera on and you able to kind of see a little behind the scenes of the podcast. So much fun. And if you're listening on audio while you're driving around, out and about, welcome, welcome. We are so thrilled you're here. Now, today's episode is all around keeping the direct sales industry relevant. And I have to say, this podcast is probably a long time coming. As I was prepping for it and writing up some notes, I was thinking, gosh, these are all things that I have said in hallway conversations or on coaching calls or when Jeremy and I are talking about different changes and shifts that we're seeing in the industry over a cocktail at happy hour, but I haven't actually put things out in a podcast format or a video out. And there's a few things that have probably been holding me back in doing that, but the time has come. I am now officially back in town after speaking at so many events this summer, and I've had a little bit of time to kind of let things sink in and put together a little bit more of a perspective on some of those changes that I am seeing in the industry. If you are a longtime listener, if you've been part of the direct sales industry for a while now, you know that what we have seen in the last couple of months is a bit unprecedented in some ways. We have seen companies that we have known and loved and become household names that have decided to close their doors, or they have decided to shift from a network marketing MLM direct sales model into an affiliate model. And with those changes that have happened, there has been a lot of reaction. A lot of reaction. We'll put it that way. I have seen a lot of fear in the industry as a whole. I have seen a lot of people putting perspectives out there or kind of emergency messages out there to the industry that, in my opinion, is pretty reactive. And if you've been around here for a little bit, you probably know that I'm pretty thoughtful about the way that I approach the industry, the way that I serve my corporate clients as well as my students inside our Modern Direct Seller Academy and the community as a whole. So I really wanted to take a step back and think about all of these things that are happening and put together an episode for you that maybe kind of pieces together what we're seeing and also give some predictions and some perspective on what we need to do as an industry, not just as a sales field, but also on the corporate side too, to continue to keep direct sales relevant and keep it the thriving industry that it has been to date. So, with that said, I'm super excited to finally put this episode out there. I can't wait to hear your thoughts, your opinions. I know many of you have asked me or pulled me aside after speaking on stage to say, okay, but really, do you think my company is going to shift to affiliate? Or listen, are there red flags I need to be looking out for? Or am I crazy staying in this industry? So I'm really hoping that this episode answers some of those questions for you, gives you a little bit more of a big picture of what we're seeing as a whole, and then also some actionable strategies that you can take, whether you are a corporate executive or in the sales field, to really elevate the industry as a whole. And that's what I am truly so passionate about is this industry has changed my life. It has changed countless lives of those around me and my students and many of my corporate clients that I work with too. You just get to see some incredible things happen in this industry. I'm so passionate about it. I say this on stage all the time, but I literally wake up every day thinking, how do we elevate the industry? How do we do better? How do we make it more simple? How do we make it more actionable? How do we help people be more successful in direct sales? And so, as we're thinking a little bit about some of the shifts that we're seeing and some of the things that we're going to need to do to pivot, I thought that would be a helpful perspective to take because I literally love this industry so much. And I know so many of you do as well, that there is some tremendous upside and opportunity in front of us as we're thinking about how to stay even more relevant than ever. So, a couple of things just to get started. When we're thinking about, I'm recording this episode here in August 2024. And when we're thinking about the larger industry, consumer buying behavior as a whole, there is a lot of uncertainty out there. There's uncertainty in the economy. It is an election year. I know a lot of people are kind of shifting away from social media or tuning out certain things. We are in a very interesting time as an economy as a whole. So I think because of those things, some of these changes and shifts that we've seen in the industry just seem to be a whole lot bigger because we have this extra layer on top of everything that's happening in direct sales with the larger economy as well. So that's one thing to kind of think about and put into perspective, that if we are seeing this 6 months from now, it may look really different than it does today. It's not just direct sales. I think if you're talking to most small business owners, they've seen a lot of shifts in their business over the last 6 months. So I know if you're listening and you are a direct seller in the field, it's likely that your paycheck has gotten smaller over the last 6 months, year and a half, right? We know that we had a big uptick in business in 2020. Things kind of, were not doing so well right after that. So I know a lot of people are hearing what's happening and seeing what's happening and even more sensitive to it because it's directly affecting their paycheck. And some of that really just has to do with consumer buying behavior right now. We know that people are holding the purse strings a little bit tighter and being a little bit less likely to make those big purchases or splurges or kind of spending money on the extras because they're taking the extras and using that to pay for day-to-day things. We know that groceries are expensive. We know inflation, all of those things. So the economy as a whole definitely plays into what is happening in the industry as well. So what I will say is right here on the podcast, I want you to hear it loud and clear that I truly do not believe the direct sales industry is going away. I know there's concern that this is the beginning of a snowball where a lot of companies are going to close their doors or a lot of companies are going to shift to affiliate, and a lot of leaders that have had a nice paycheck from their team are going to lose that income. I do not believe that is the case. I have strong belief in the industry. And I also believe that we've seen ups and downs before as an industry. Whether you were in the industry then or not, there has been many pivots over the years, and direct sales as a whole has rebounded and come back stronger each and every time. So I think if you're listening to this here in fall 2024, you might be really feeling it with the economy and some of the recent announcements of companies shifting business models or closing their doors. But I do believe this is just another season of reinventing where the industry is going. The other thing I want to challenge you to think about is really that word belief. I think I just said it 8 times in the last couple of sentences. But as you're thinking about your direct sales business, your products, your business, your company, your team, I want to challenge you to really take a hard look at that belief that you have. Because if you are in the sales field and you're a leader and you have belief in your business, that means you are consistently sharing the business opportunity. And I do know that sponsoring is down. It's down pretty much across the board. I think I can only name a couple of companies off the top of my head that is in growth mode right now. A lot of companies are seeing a decline in the number of consultants that they have joining the business. And I think a part of that is that leaders, business builders, are not sharing the opportunity as widely as they have in the past. And I think part of that is that belief, right? Do you believe in your business? Do you believe that you are going to still have a thriving business 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, 20 years from now? If you have that belief in your business, your products, the opportunity, then it's your job in the field to put it out there. And that is going to fuel growth. So people might not be joining at the same rate they were joining back in 2020 when everyone was at home and had nothing else to do except start a side business, right? But we know that there are people out there looking for this opportunity. So when we think about belief, we think about where the industry is going, I think it really does come back to, do you believe that your business is relevant? Do you believe that your opportunity is so good that you want to put it out there and share it with others? So I hope the answer is yes, you do want to do that. And you are actively doing that. But if you have been holding back, or if there's been something inside of you thinking, I don't know if I should tell people about the business, or I don't know if I should recruit someone or sponsor someone or invite somebody to learn more about the business because I'm not quite sure what's happening with our company or the industry, then I would take a hard look at that mindset and see if there's some ways that you can flip things around to really instill that belief in yourself that there is an incredible opportunity at your fingertips for you to have the opportunity to share with others. I will also say that there's been some really great content that's been put out there by other direct sales industry leaders around what's happening right now. So I'm sharing my thoughts, my ideas, my perspective, my point of view here with you. But a couple that I think were just really spot on. I loved hearing from Amber Olson Rourke, the Neora president in the State of the Union Future of Direct Sales. It's a great 28-minute listen if you want to dive deeper into this. Gaya at Kalia, she is incredible. She's been sharing some really cool Instagram content. And there are a lot of direct sales founders, presidents, executives that have really showed up in the midst of this season of uncertainty to reaffirm their commitment to the direct sales channel. And those are the ones that I would be listening to. I would really look to your company and your company's leadership to hear from them that they're committed to this industry. They're here for the long haul. They're not going to change things up in a way that's going to leave you without a place to build your business. So those are a couple things to really think about as you're thinking about the future of your own business as well. We got to have that belief, and we got to believe in our company and hear that from our executives that we know that we're in a good place. We're in a place that we can grow, and good things are coming for us. All right. Now, with that said, we do have some opportunities to up our game as an industry, as the whole, to really elevate and stay more relevant, to continue to be around for the long haul. So the first thing is, I think it's no secret that we need to attract a younger generation into direct sales. Right? We know that. And a lot of the clients I'm working with, they have all the data and all the numbers behind it about the average age of the person selling in the field is. And that age continues to rise. It continues to increase over time, which tells me that we are not attracting a younger audience. But what we do know is that the younger audience is very, very attracted to what direct sales has to offer. They want extra income. They want multiple income streams. They love the idea of earning an incentive trip, or having a few $100s extra a month, or sharing products that they love that they would have recommended to their friends pretty much anyway. So they love the idea of direct sales, but in the way that we've packaged it to date, it's not really hitting the mark for them. So there's work to do both in the verbiage and the words that we're using, as well as the way we're packaging the opportunity to make it really relevant to this next generation. So I would not be surprised if you start hearing a lot more around the words of influencer, affiliate, ambassador, less around consultant, leader, business builder, to really attract and bring in that younger audience. Now, let's talk about affiliate programs for a hot minute, because I know that's a hot topic. A lot of companies are seeing some shifts where companies have gotten rid of their multi-level structure and shifted over to an affiliate model. And the idea of an affiliate model is very attractive to a younger generation, right? We see people that are joining Amazon affiliates. They are affiliates for Like to Know It. They're already repping brands that they really, really love. So I do think that we're going to see and hear more about affiliate programs. Now, just because a company adds an affiliate program, which is essentially sharing product without the requirement to build in order to earn, right? I think we're going to start seeing that a bit more in the direct sales model. So, you may have a multi-level, a leadership, a business builder level, and an affiliate level. And a lot of people, especially these younger audiences, are probably going to join for the affiliate program. And we all know what happens, right? You start loving the product, loving the business. And at some point you're like, okay, well, actually I do want to become a business builder. Nobody signs up in the beginning because they want to become a leader. Most people accidentally fall into leadership, right? So I do think that companies are going to be making more of those shifts to affiliate. But here's the thing that I think is challenging when it comes to a straight affiliate program. So if you get rid of the multi-level and you only have the affiliate, there's a couple of things that you're lacking. Number one, you're lacking community. And I am an affiliate for a lot of products, and nobody puts together a company conference for me. Nobody puts together fun monthly incentives. Nobody sits around and strategizes about business with me. So, in a true affiliate program, you're going to miss that community element of things. The other thing that you're going to miss in an affiliate program is owning the customer relationship, right? Owning the relationship is one thing that really differentiates direct sales. We're able to connect to that customer individually. We're able to check in with them and see, hey, how do you like that product? Hey, I saw this came out and I thought you might love it, right? So as a direct seller, you own that relationship with your customer. In a true affiliate program, you don't have a relationship with that customer because you're simply sharing a link. Oftentimes, in an affiliate program, you do not even know who actually made a purchase through you. Right? So you're going to get a note saying you've had, 100 visitors to your page and you've had 5 conversions. It doesn't say Becky made a purchase. She's in San Diego. This is their email and phone number so you can reach out and check in on it. It's very transactional. And while that is appealing for some, for a traditional direct sales model, that's a real big differentiator. So completely going down the affiliate path, I think is going to be problematic. And then let's just say it, the elephant in the room, right? If you go straight affiliate, it's going to be real tough to attract your next team member. In fact, companies are going to be spending a tremendous amount of ad spend, digital marketing spend, to try to automate and connect with people and invite them to join as an affiliate. So to me, this is not a cost saver. I know on paper that a lot of times companies will look at this and say, oh, if I got rid of paying out commissions to all my leaders, I could take that and invest that back into selling more product. But the missing piece there is the relationship, right? We need our direct sellers to connect with people, serve people individually, and invite them to join the business in a very thoughtful and one-on-one relationship-based way. That's the differentiator in the industry. So I do think that we are going to see elements of affiliate programs coming into direct sales companies. There's no doubt that that's going to happen because a lot of companies are going to be looking to attract this younger generation, right? And what are they into? Having a link, sharing a link. But does that mean you don't have to have a multi-level program? Not really, right? You could potentially have both and different layers to your comp plan. So that's just an opinion or a thought of kind of where I see things going in that area. But I also think we just have to be careful about the word choices, right? For a long time, especially in the party plan space, we talk about hosting a party, come to my party, right? And I think the younger generation is like, what do you mean come to my party? Come to my party. Are you just trying to sell me something? Why can't you just send me a link to check out your thing, right? So in a lot of ways, I think we're going to see the party plan side of things shift and look a lot different. People want experiences. They want relationships. They want an opportunity to connect with you and have a personal shopping experience that differentiates a traditional e-commerce experience. So I don't see parties totally going away, but I do believe they're going to be a whole lot less relevant to a younger generation than we've seen in years past, where this is where a lot of companies have built their business from. Companies are also going to need to simplify. That's the word I keep coming back to is simplify, 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 right? When we think about an e-commerce experience, the younger generation, or not even younger, just most of us, are used to shopping on Shopify. And in a couple clicks, we have our order. We do that on Amazon every day. It needs to be easy. It needs to be seamless. It needs to give us the information we need. So some of the clunky e-commerce experiences that some companies have are going to need a little bit of a revamp to stay relevant to the industry and consumers in the way that we like to shop. I do think we're going to see a rise in live streaming and live selling. I think that's going to be relevant as people are shopping through social more and more. But in terms of the website experience, I think we have a lot of work as an industry to do to really, really streamline and simplify that shopping experience. When we're thinking about comp plans, I think companies are going to have to make some updates there. A comp plan should be simple and streamlined enough that my 11-year-old could pick it up and understand how much money she would make by selling something. And I'm not joking about that. All of the different acronyms, the PV, the QV, the qualifying legs, the CSV, the CRV, all the acronyms, all the confusion. in comp plans is going to have to get really cleaned up and streamlined. So when people get started, they know exactly what they need to do to make money, and they can make a decent amount of money from the get go. Because in direct sales, we own the customer relationship, it's typically a higher percentage or payout than a typical affiliate program as well. So a lot of direct sales companies are starting at 15, 20, 25% commission, whereas an affiliate program, I think we're only making a couple percent over on Amazon. I mean, it's a much lower percentile because we're in charge of owning that relationship in direct sales. So I think we're going to see some changes in comp plan. And I think companies are going to have to evolve in their policies as well. Some of the outdated policies, like only being able to share certain content within a Facebook VIP group, like that's got to go. Or limiting people's income potential based on their level of leadership. Nobody wants to be tied down to that. There's other policy changes that I think that we're going to start seeing companies making to, again, simplify, streamline, and really make it an opportunity that's attractive to both the younger generation that's looking for kind of more of a link sharing, link dropping, affiliate type of structure, and those that are also in the business building space as well. Companies are also being looked to provide social selling templates, examples, content, right? In a typical affiliate program or influencer program, you're provided with a lot of that content or given really clear guidance on how to share product. And I think that's an opportunity for direct sales companies to really improve in the way that we're helping direct sellers elevate their social content and show up in a bigger way. Now, the sales field, we have some work to do to innovate as well, right? How do we stay more relevant? How do we attract in that younger generation? How do we present our products in a way that is going to be more scalable and have more reach? So, I am a big believer that the days of IRL rock stars, in real life rock stars, vendor events, in person events, going living room to living room, and even online parties are a bit of the old way of doing things. Now, can they work? Yes. Do they still work? Yes. But I see us shifting so much over into the social selling and digital marketing space. And that's something that, as a company here at Modern Direct Seller, this is something that we're really being intentional about as well. We're still going to provide training and resources on lots of different ways to sell, but we're putting a bigger emphasis on social selling and digital marketing because we're also in the same boat as you. We're looking to attract a younger generation into the business and into the industry. I think the average age of most of my students are somewhere between 40 and 60, which is fantastic. And the needs and the training and the systems and the strategies for that demographic look a lot different than those that grew up with social media, that are entering the industry at a younger age. So we're being really intentional about the content that we're putting out there. And I think in the sales field, you're going to see that too. A lot more in the social selling space, a lot more in digital marketing, leaning into tools, resources, text, email marketing, blogs, websites, less so in real life, doing vendor events, in-home parties, and the good old Facebook party. All right, so what does this mean for you? If you're listening in right now and you're thinking, oh my gosh, Becky, that was a lot. I want to share with you just a couple of strategies that I think are important for you to carry with you. First of all, we talked about it. Direct sales isn't going anywhere. You have to have belief in your business and offer that business opportunity up to people to see that growth. It's both on the corporate side and it's on the sales field side. But I do think that we have a lot of opportunity to invest in learning new ways of doing direct sales. And I think there's a lot we can learn from other companies within the industry and even companies outside of the industry as well. So as we're stepping into social selling, as we're stepping into digital marketing, as we're taking a closer look at affiliate programs, I think there's a lot to be learned outside of our direct sales bubble. So if you're not connecting with other small business owners or even others outside of your company, this is my friendly nudge to remind you that there's a lot to learn when we put ourselves out there and connect with people just a little outside of our bubble. I think we're also going to need to really change the ways that we talk about selling and the business opportunity. Long gone are the days that people are looking for private jets and, making $1 million from the beach. We really have to be intentional about how we're talking about the business opportunity. And hey, you love these products, like let's get you a link. You simply can share that link with your friends, family, followers, and you're going to make 15% plus commission, right? So there's different ways that we can talk about the business. I think we're going to get away from join direct sales and become a leader or a business builder and much more of, we want you to be an ambassador for what we have to offer, and you can put yourself out there and connect with others, and you have a really great opportunity to earn a solid few $100s a month as a side gig in addition to other things that you have going on. And again, people are going to get hooked into that and at some point probably say, okay, I think I want a little bit more out of this opportunity. And when they're ready, that's going to be available to them as well. But we really have to attract the masses just to bring them in at that basic level of, hey, let me help you earn a couple $100s a month by simply sharing products that you love. How simple and easy does that sound? Next, I think we need to really keep attracting new customers and new teammates. I could do probably a whole series of podcast episodes about new, 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 new. But if you're not bringing new eyeballs into your business, new customers into your business, new leads into your business, then your business is stagnant and you're essentially selling to the same people over and over and over again. So it's super important to be building an audience where you're attracting those leads in, and you can definitely do that on social media. You can also do that leveraging digital marketing with a website or a blog, right? Where you're bringing people in as leads, moving them into customers, and then sharing the opportunity about joining your team. But that intentional focus on attracting a younger generation and going where they are is so important. Where are they hanging out? What platforms are they on? Probably gonna have to get a little out of our comfort zone here. Maybe it's doing a TikTok live. Maybe it's going to a college university and doing a job fair there, right? So there's lots of different things that we need to be thinking about to really attract this younger audience into the business to continue to stay relevant. So we don't just keep getting older and older and older and eventually age out of the industry as a whole. The other piece here is knowing that no matter where your direct sales business takes you, what will always serve you is building an audience, building up an email list, and having a really strong personal brand where people know where to connect with you. And I've seen a lot of people over the last couple of months as companies have closed or changed their business model that are reinventing themselves and they're starting over. And the ones that have built a strong personal brand can pick things up, take that audience they already have, and decide where they want to go with it, right? So, as we're thinking about future proofing our business, I want to challenge you to kind of think about what that looks like for you. How do you show up online? Where is your audience? Do you own those contacts? How can you better serve them? And if you want to dive deeper on this, which I hope you do, we have an incredible workshop coming up here. It is called Future Proof Your Biz 5 strategies that actually pay off. And we're talking about where to make investments in your business to be in it for the long haul. So if you're listening to this episode thinking, yes, this is the industry for me. I have belief in what I'm doing. I know that there's probably some things that I need to do to keep myself more relevant as a direct seller in the field. Then I would love for you to come join us for this workshop. It is totally free. It is happening on August 28th at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. You can save your spot over at moderndirectseller.com/workshop. And in that workshop, I'm going to share those 5 strategies that are going to pay off for your business. I'm also going to share some insider tips on how we've built our business in a sustainable way, how we consistently attract leads into our business, because everything that we have done, you can duplicate for your direct sales business in a really sustainable way. So you can grow and scale and stay relevant in this industry more than you ever have before. So I hope you'll come join us. I'd also love to hear your feedback on this episode. Maybe there's something that I mentioned that stuck out to you, or maybe you agree with or disagree with, or you want to banter back and forth. So I would love to hear from you on what you're seeing in the industry, the shifts that might be happening, or any questions that are coming up around how to stay more relevant as we enter this next chapter of direct sales, which I think is pretty darn exciting. I think it's a great place to be. And I can't wait to see how the industry continues to pivot and grow because I know it's going to be around for the long haul. And I think there's tremendous opportunity in front of us. So I will see you back here next week for another episode of the Modern Direct Seller Podcast. Thanks so much for being here today. I look forward to chatting soon. Take care, everyone. We are proud to welcome CintShare as the newest sponsor of the Modern Direct Seller Podcast. CintShare is the #1 most trusted social media platform for network marketers, direct sellers, affiliates, independent consultants, virtual assistants, small businesses, and creators in any industry. Start your 30-day trial today with coupon code GAMECHANGER and spend less time posting and more time socializing.